Sister Wives, Janelle Brown finally moves into new North Carolina home and shares first look inside. 4 years, fans of the hit reality show Sister Wives have watched one woman quietly redefine her life. Not with dramatic speeches, not with explosive arguments, but with patience, resilience, and a plan. Now, after years of uncertainty, heartbreak, and rebuilding, Janelle Brown has finally reached a milestone that symbolizes something far greater than just moving houses. She has officially moved into her brand new home in North Carolina, and fans are getting their first look inside the stunning property that represents her independence, healing, and fresh start. But this move is about more than beautiful interiors or scenic land. It represents the closing of one painful chapter and the beginning of an entirely new life. After her split from Kody Brown, and after the devastating loss of her son Robert Garrison Brown, Janelle is building something new, literally from the ground up. And the story behind this home is even more powerful than the house itself. So today, we're taking you inside Janelle Brown's brand new North Carolina home, exploring why she made the move, what the property looks like, and why fans believe this moment may be the most important turning point in her entire journey. To truly understand why this house means so much to Janelle Brown, we have to go back to where her story began. For more than a decade, Janelle was one of the central figures on Sister Wives, the reality series that followed the unconventional plural family led by Kody Brown. The show introduced viewers to Kody and his 4 wives: Mary, Janelle, Christine, Robin. For years, the family tried to present a united front, claiming their plural marriage allowed them to build a large, supportive family. But behind the scenes, cracks slowly began to appear. By the early 2020s, the once tight family structure had started falling apart. Christine Brown was the first to publicly leave the marriage. Then, in a shocking turn of events, Janelle also separated from Kody. For viewers who had followed her journey for years, it marked a dramatic shift. Janelle had always been known as the calm, practical one, the wife who avoided drama and focused on stability. But eventually, even she reached a breaking point. And when she walked away, fans knew her life would never be the same. After leaving Kody, Janelle faced a question many people confront after major life changes. Where do you start over? For years, the family had lived in several places: Utah, Nevada, Arizona. But Janelle began spending more time in North Carolina, where her daughter Madison Brush lived with her husband Caleb Brush. Being closer to family became increasingly important. And gradually, the idea of starting fresh in North Carolina began to feel less like a possibility and more like a plan. Eventually, Janelle made a bold decision. Together with Madison and Caleb, she purchased a massive 156-acre property in North Carolina. The land would become the foundation of a new venture called Tider Farms, a family project centered around building a peaceful rural lifestyle. For Janelle, the move represented freedom. For the first time in decades, she could design a home exactly the way she wanted, without compromise. And fans watched the process unfold step by step on social media. The house didn't appear overnight. Construction took years. During that time, Janelle frequently shared updates with fans, documenting the building process. Sometimes the progress seemed slow. Other times, major milestones were reached. But through it all, she remained excited about what the future would bring. For Janelle, this wasn't just about building a house. It was about building independence. She even admitted that designing the home felt different compared to her past living situations. In the plural marriage structure, decisions were often shared among multiple adults. But this time, the house was entirely hers. Every detail, from layout to design, reflected her personal choices. And when the construction finally neared completion, her excitement was impossible to hide. In one emotional update, she wrote that move-in day was getting closer and closer, and the emotions were overwhelming. Because after everything she had been through, this home represented something powerful. A fresh start. Then, finally, the moment arrived. Janelle Brown officially moved into her brand new North Carolina home. But the week leading up to the move was anything but ordinary. In fact, it turned out to be what she described as one for the books. Why? Because the same week she closed on the house, she also took an unexpected trip to Cancun. The vacation included none other than her former sister wife Christine Brown, Christine's husband David Woolley, and a friend. At first, the group almost canceled the trip because of travel concerns. But after researching travel advisories and airport conditions, they decided to go ahead with it. So while many people spend their move-in week packing boxes, Janelle spent part of hers relaxing on a beach in Mexico. It may sound chaotic, but Janelle later admitted she was simply exhausted by the time everything was finished. Still, the exhaustion came with something even stronger: happiness. Because after years of waiting, she finally had the keys to her own home. When Janelle shared the first video tour of the house, fans were thrilled. The moment she opened the front door, viewers got their first look inside the spacious interior. And the house did not disappoint. Immediately visible was a large open living area, complete with a cozy fireplace. The space feels bright and welcoming, a major contrast to the complicated living arrangements of her past. Next comes the kitchen. It features a large center island, beautiful stone countertops, plenty of open space for cooking and gathering. High ceilings give the entire home a sense of openness and calm. Connected to the kitchen is a dining area with doors leading outside to a deck, perfect for enjoying the peaceful countryside views. But perhaps the most impressive part of the house is the primary suite. The bedroom overlooks the front porch and offers a relaxing retreat. The bathroom is equally stunning. It includes double sinks, a large soaking tub, a separate shower. The design balances comfort and practicality, something that perfectly matches Janelle's personality. And while the house itself is beautiful, the surrounding property may be even more impressive. Janelle's home sits on a massive 156-acre property shared with her daughter Madison and son-in-law Caleb. Their homes are located relatively close to each other, about 100 yards apart. This layout allows them to maintain independence while still living near family. The land itself is part of their project called Tider Farms. The goal of the venture is simple but meaningful: to build something beautiful together. The farm represents family connection, peaceful rural living, and a slower, more intentional lifestyle. After years of reality TV drama, it seems Janelle is choosing a life focused on calm, nature, and family. And fans couldn't be happier for her. But the emotional significance of this home goes deeper. In recent years, Janelle has endured unimaginable pain with the loss of her son Robert Garrison Brown. The tragedy deeply affected the entire family. And in many ways, the move to North Carolina symbolizes healing. In a message reflecting on her new life, Janelle explained that this new chapter represents the life she has been building since that heartbreaking loss.